しょ。よし、やるか。選択肢。よくわからんな。飛ばそう。 え、変な五条先生。あれがホームズなの？あ、ワルクラさんおつ？やばい。操作がわからん。なんか推理ゲームらしいよ。ちょっと待って、操作がわからん。調べんとわからんこれ。推理アドベンチャーゲームらしい。
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
ブラックピ
A
ーター
sailor,
が殺害
most
されました。
probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old.
50
An
歳
ambitious
野心
sort,
的
he
な
achieved
タイ
much
プ
success in seal
アザ
and
ラシ
whale
と
hunting around Scandinavia.
捕鯨で大成
Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years,
Gory no
where he
Lee.
was found dead yesterday.
と呼ばれる土地を
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
大変謎
Give
め
me
いて
half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The Medi Men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
ゴリ
I
の
should help
リー
Mrs.
とお会い
Hudson
しまし
here.
ょう。
I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
感度高え。まあやりながら覚えるしかないな。ピーター・ケアリー殺人事件を捜査する。キコリのリーの犯罪現場を調べる。着ていく服を選び、キコリのリーでレストレイドと交流する。ベーカー街。キコリのリー。ピーター・ケアリーは
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
これが想像力。走るんか。一人称視点とかもあんの。へえ。意味あったよ。
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
めっちゃ怒
Oh,
ってる。
what a mess! What a terrible mess!
操作しづら。
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. This is where I keep my post. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
おつ始まったばかりです。
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
はい。とりあえずはおつおつ。これがワトソンくんの部屋。お、着替えるんだ。え、こんなキャラクリとかあんのこれ。おお。おっさんのキャラクリしないといけないんだけど。 これかなと思うんだけど。勘のいいガキは嫌いだよ。おつおつ。まさかのキャラクリから。このロックされてんのってなんかあれかな、もしかしてアップグレードねされてんのか。これしか使えないってこと？あ、違うな。いやー、ハゲ捨てがたいなー。一番これがいい気がしてきたわ。あ、事件を解決して衣装を解放できるらしい。普通になった。解放できなかった。これ普段着ってやばいだろ。あ、最初は解放、全然解放されてないんだ、最初。あ、最初はもう、あれだ、選べないんだ。事件解決しなきゃ早く。イケオジ育成ゲームだ、これ。今からピーター・ケアリーの殺人事件を解決しに行きます。
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
なんと一人称視点もできる。
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
庭の手入れが手が届いているだと。
It seems that the garden was well
庭の
maintained.
手入れが行き届いているだと。
Mr. Holmes?
もうちょっと喋れ。
Mr. Holmes?
とりあえずどんな事件か聞かんとね。
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective.
探偵
No
です。
doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr.
こいつが
Holmes.
犯人だ。こいつだ、犯人は。
Madam, can you tell me if you saw
もう絶
or
対こい
heard
つ犯
anything
人。
unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning,
朝
at
7時。
around 7 o'clock, I noticed the
小屋の
cabin door
扉
was
が開いてい
open,
る。
but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... Oh dear.
10時頃に覗いる。
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually, whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
酒を飲んでいたと。
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I mean, he
友人
didn't
がい
really
ま
have
いな
many
い。
friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
何、顔面までなんか全身見れるんだけど。カメオ。カトリックのロザリオ。冠から芸用手袋。鳥越？
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
Never mind.
は？
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he,
プリ
when
マ
you
スから
first
戻
met
られ
him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh, my goodness, but how do you know about that?
多分これチュートリアルだな今。なぜプリマスはどうやって知ったのか。あー、なるほど。この証拠の中からなぜプリマスが誰やねんプリマス。わかりました。
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How
名探偵ですから。
Thank you, madam.
いまいちよく分かってないんだけど。ここに死体があるんだ。
It seems that the garden was well
庭
maintained.
の手入れが行き届い。
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
あれ、
What
あれ
is it,
おや
Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Mr. Holmes?
?こじ開けようとした証拠なんてある？これ？鍵穴が
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
ここか。
Mr. Holmes?
ここじゃないんか。
Mr. Holmes?
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
おお、いきなり詰まったな。エックさん、こんにちは。どうも名探偵ジャクオです。おやおやいきなりあれあれね
Mr. Holmes?
いや、俺も鍵穴かと思ったんですけどね。ちょっとあれれ
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
どうやってあの小屋入るんだ？
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
これね、一人称。これがとあ、なんか右上に出てんな、よく見たら。カメラで隠れてたわ。おやおや、引っかき傷が
These
あるじゃない
scratches
で
are
すか。
fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
おー。なかなかえぐい死に方してる。
Harpoons for hunting
あ、ポ
whales.
ーン。
The tooth of a sperm
マ
whale.
ッコウク
Probably
ジラ
from one
か。
of Peter Carey's catches. This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
俺もそう思った。
Dundee.
俺もね、怪しいと思ったんだよ、あのスペース。
Hammerfest. It's a whaling map. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
なるほど、こうやって証拠を集めていくんだ。
The ship's logs of... Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
なんつった？
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting. The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. Someone drank from this glass recently.
2つあるぞ。
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
PC なのこれ。
Rum, a sailor's drink.
Rum.
It seems that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
なんで2つあるんでしょう、グラスが。怪しいですね。
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense. This wooden handle is plain and solid. This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed.
ナイフで防御しようとした。
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
血痕がついておる。
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
こいつが死んだ後に手帳が落ちた。
The weapon fully penetrated the body. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
殺人者を知っていた可能性があると。
These abbreviations mean something, but what? Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon.
JH ASM TY ブなんかすごい難しそうなゲームに見えてきたぞ。
Mr. Holmes?
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene? Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
終わったと思うんですけどね。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 8.
いやまだここになんかあんのか。開けれるんだ。
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
やばい。思ってたんより意味がわからん。どういうことこれ。
This aroma is familiar, but to
一つの
recognize it,
絵に
I
して
must
みよう。
construct my associations in one picture.
船だよね。お、おー、名探偵おらんか。名探偵はおらぬか。これが何かを示す絵になる。お、これ名探偵来たんじゃないか。多分こういう角度っすよねこれ。ダメだ、どっちか合わせようとするとどっちかがずれる。 船じゃないのかな。いや、十分っぽいっすよね。でも多分これやんないと多分ダメなんだよな。
Have you finished inspecting the crime
これの
scene?
調査が終わんない。
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize...
非常に難しいじゃないか。定規にしか動かせないんだよ。ホームズさんダメですかこれ。来た来た来た来た来た。
This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
これでいけるやろ。
Have you finished inspecting the crime scene?
まだ終わってないというのか。一対の関連した手がかりを見出し、はあはあはあはあ。なるほどなるほど。証拠でほぼ2つ合わせてつながるようにしろってこと。
Ha! Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
待ち伏せをしようとした。
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open.
ナイ
They
フで
tried to
こじ
force
開
it
けよう
with
と
a
したが
knife
失敗
blade,
し
but they failed.
も
What
ちろ
will
ん
they
今
do?
晩しっかり準備をし
Why
また戻っ
return tonight when they will be better prepared?
Aha. So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Mr. Holmes?
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam. Hmm.
ないね。
Who could do it?
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
めちゃめちゃがっつり待ち伏せだね。
Did you hear that?
犯人っぽいやつ来た。誰ー？
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there. Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our... All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm
僕は
innocent.
潔白です。
Innocent? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
何かを
What
回
is
収
your
しに
name?
来た。
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't.
Do you deny that you
あ、
came here yesterday?
JHN。
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not. It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
うん。何を回収しに来たんだ。なんかまだこれじゃ解決じゃなさそうですよね。
Mr. Holmes?
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
Thank you.
いやー、なんかこれで解決ではなさそうだけど。
Mr. Holmes?
Locked.
What is this? This is the storage room.
Holmes?
John Nelligan.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
おー、白を切るつもりか、お前。お前、俺から 俺の目をごまかせると思うなよ。殺人鬼野郎が。タコ。証拠は揃ってんだ。この貧乏人が。
I will see you soon, young man.
Please let me go. I'm innocent.
おめえだろ。お？まだ何の推理も行っていませんだ。
Locked.
これ多分推理しないといけないな。ヤードで商工官室。これか。
These are the suspect's belongings.
お、
The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor.
from R なんとかそう to my friend and partner。 お前は僕の友達でもあるパートナー。
A handkerchief with the initials JHN. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. And partner, 1883. To my friend, from R. Dawson. Dawson. I've seen
R.
this name
Dawson.
before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer.
まだまだ足りませんな、情報が。
That is not the one I need. That is not the one. That is not the one I need.
なるほど。ドーソン&ネリガン投資会社が破綻。多額の貸し倒れ損失が原因で破産宣告を受け倒産した英国で23番目に大きな銀行で歴史上2番目に最大の負債額による経営破綻になる。会社の破綻は多くのコーンウェル家に破滅を引き起こした銀行家の一家であるジョシュア・ネリガンは不可解な失踪を遂げた。ノルウェー出発に備えて準備するためにヨットに乗り込んでいるところだった。ネリガンは現在警察と債権者から捜索されている。ジョシュア・ネリガン。
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
父ちゃんが破産したってことか。こいつの。なるほどなるほど。
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
多分父ちゃんに言われて取りに来たんじゃないかこれ。
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So,
The ring is mine.
no, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else. Most probably your father.
なるほど、なるほど。
With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
What am I doing here?
なるほど、なるほど。これ結構しっかりした推理していかないとな。
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July, not log notes for August. These pages have been torn away. Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR, a torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn.
CPR.
The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate vital witnesses, the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
"乗組員を見つけ出す."
Who could do such a thing? "誰や、奥さんが犯人とか言ってたやつ."
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
どういうこと？犬？
Watson, I need Wiggins. Is he anywhere nearby?
He's right across the street. You can give him a sign from the window.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, as his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
なかなか忙しいな。
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very
新
quickly
しい
now.
容疑者。
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
夜うろうろしただけで捕まえるな。
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
ここじゃないか。
These are the suspect's belongings.
おやおや、このブーツ。
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen. Nothing unusual about it. Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
傷がある。冠柄が入ったハンカチ。庭師。
That's all for now.
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Hmm. まだちょっと足りないんじゃない？庭師。奥さんに話聞いてみるか。
It seems that the garden was well maintained. Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam.
知らないのか。いや、思ったより難しいな。まだ情報が足りない。
I can always consult.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. My archive.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk.
A map of London. A map of London.
難しいぞ。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
These are the suspects, but I wonder if these are connected.
APR.
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
I'm not... I'm not saying another word.
Mr. Holmes?
I'm not saying another word.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
I'm not saying...
Mr. Holmes?
What am I doing here?
I'm not saying another...
なるほどね。有価証券を取りに探してたんだね。ネリガンは。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk.
My archive. I can always...
まだこの棚がな。
Who could do such a thing?
Old Ned.
Hmm? 推理しないといけないのか。あ、こうやって点を作っていくってことか。
I need to stage a reconstruction.
Hmm. なるほど、なるほど。
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
線と線を、点と点を結んで線にしろっていうゲームだ、あれ。完全に。
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
to indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise, yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Muzu.
Holmes, you should try to aim better and throw as hard as you can.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
男2人が協力して行った場合も同じような結果が達成できる。お。ああ、なるほど。 いや足りないね。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This...
My archive. I can always...
なんかが足りんぞ。ネギパンじゃないんじゃないか、これは。
I'm not saying...
Mr. Holmes?
What am I doing here?
間違えた。ライアムハートが何隠してんだろう。
Who could do so?
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Ah. なるほど。手がかりが足りんな。
A new suspect. But this...
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing... First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. First condition, second, third.
ちょっと待って。
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
いや、早いって。
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition,
オレンジ色は青色
should be
か
the
ら
third
数
one
え
in
て
the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
ってことは絶対ここがオレンジなんだな。いやでもそしたら無色がないな。うおーむずっ。 こに青入れ、最初に青入れちゃうと、いやいやいやいや、むずっ。
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
わかったの？マジ？天才がおるけど。
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent.
待って待って待って。
Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
必死に解いてるから今。 だってオレンジの後無色をすぐ入れないといけんでしょ。で緑が1個あって、オレンジはでも3番目に入れれないといけないけども、最初2パターン。マジ？あ、ちょっと腹立たしいや。ちょっと、なんだこれ。入らんくらい ?3 つ、2パターン。うん。来ました。ディディディディーディディディディー青 緑、青、オレンジ、なんか違う気がしてきたんだけど違う気がしてきたんだけど、ディリリリー
Done. Now I can
う
proceed
いー、ディリリリリリリリリリリリ。
further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
ディリディディリディディディディ。
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting.
あなたに頼まれたよう
How
に
would
あれは
Berkeley
厳重
react
に。
to this?
来た来た来た。
My archive. I can always consult.
早かったな、桃吉解くの。いや、まだやっぱネイリガンが犯人とは断定できない。
Please escort.
何隠してんだお前は。
What did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
手紙だろ。
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. That's all for now.
またすっとぼけてやがる。
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
あなたに頼まれ、あれは厳重に隠しておいて、だがもう一度考えないとほしい。つもりはない。誓っておこう。誓ってよう。それに僕たちの誓いを覚えて。
A new suspect?
My analysis table. It is useful for my work. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. This is where I keep my post.
Eh? 彼は元兵士だ。調査に出てもらったやつはどこ行ったんや。
Locked.
Who could do such a thing?
?やることないけど。
It seems that the guy...
ないけど、もう。ここが謎だよな、輪郭。ホコリがついてない。
These are the suspect's belongings. A pen. These are the suspect. These abbreviations. These are the These abbreviations mean something, but what? A handkerchief.
What am I doing?
I'm not saying...
Mr. Holmes?
「犯罪現場を調べる」が終わらないんだよな。やべ、詰まった。
I'm not...
What am I...
なんだこの難しいゲームは。
How is the investigation going, Mr. Rupp? How is the investigation going?
Mr. Holmes?
At your service, Mr.
Mr. Holmes?
何すんのこれ。もう何回ここ来たよ。
Who could do it?
Lock. Lock. It seems that the garden was well maintained.
これが何なんだマジ。
It seems this window is locked from the inside. I do not see any attempt at a break-in.
天才はね今行き詰まってるね。
The sea unicorn.
いやいやいやい
The
や。
weapon. Peter Carey. Peter Carey was. This man is in his. Peter Carey. Someone. Rob.
いや、調べてないところないんだけど。ここがなんか
This way.
あかん。詰まった。完全に。わかんねえ。
It seems.
さっきね、謎解きあったんだよ。桃吉がすぐ解いてた。まあ俺も解けたけどね。まあ分かってたんだけど、エンターテインメントでね。いや、楽しませるためにね、こう、分かってないふりしてただけで。何したらいいんですか、これ。さっきからね、詰まってて何も進んでない。いや、俺もね、俺分かってないふりしてただけだから。
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My analysis table. It.
これなんない。
A map of London and the surroundings.
A new...
これ以上情報がないぞ。 ネリガンが犯人なの？ちょっとわけわからんから一回ネリガンを無罪放免にしようかな。いやもうネリガンにちょっとネリガンに有罪を、もう有罪あいつ犯人。あいつが犯人だ。
The case is solved. I am now ready to present the guilty party.
So tell me, who killed Black Peter?
John Nelligan.
It was John Nelligan, Inspector.
I thought as much, but I failed to see his motive.
Revenge, Inspector. Black Peter possessed the bond certificates that had belonged to Nelligan's father, and young Nelligan wished to retrieve them.
Well then, I'll arrest this Nelligan. I don't fancy his chances of getting out of prison after this.
I will accompany you, Inspector. You are guilty of the murder of Black Peter.
Guilty.
Confess now, and your punishment may be more merciful.
No! I
嘘
didn't
つけ
kill
お
him!
前。
Your motive? The valuable securities that Peter
バレてん
Carey
だ。ネ
stole
タは
from
上が
your
ってんだ
father.
ぞ。
Carey refused to return the bond certificates, and then he threatened you. You were afraid, and in your panic, you took the harpoon and made your lucky throw.
But that's not true!
おい、白切
You're
るじゃ
a
ねえ
liar,
よ。
Mr. Nelligan. It's all over now.
バレ
The
てんだよ。
case is resolved, Inspector. I shall return to Baker Street.
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Goodbye for now.
いや、これなんかこれダメそうじゃね今の感じ。ちょっともう一回検討しよう。ちょっとなんかあいつじゃない気がしてきたわいや、手がかりが足りないんだよね。 対奥さん派がいる。ん？なんか足跡ある。ハートレイな分。
These boots match the footprints exactly.
おお、ぴったり合うじゃねえや。
These boots don't match the footprints. These footprints.
あ、木こりの理由調べる。終わった。あいつ白切ってんな、おい。あいつ事情聴取だ。おら、お前だろ。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
奥さんがブーツだ。めちゃめちゃ手が込んで。
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
ああ、お前嘘ついたな、今。お前のブーツと一致してんだよ。
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine?
お
That
ー
doesn't make
お
me
ー
a
犯人の言い
murderer.
訳臭いこと言い出したぞ。
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
お前庭師だろ。
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been
この
proven,
シャーロック・ホームズ何回でもやり直せるやん。
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
お前庭師だろ。ほらな。
because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How Did you?
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
木こりのリー、これで調べる必要。いやマジ奥さん説あるぞまだ。奥さんでも奥さん知らないって言ってたんだよな。庭師そんな名前知らないっつって。
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Let's see what could be hidden here.
Oh.
Let us see what is in this box.
回転して継続する完全な線を作ります。ああ、そういうこと。どういうこと？簡単や。
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship.
ハートレイとケアリー夫人は交際していた。あなたと知り合ってからあなたは私に本当によくしてくださっています。この気持ちは到底言葉では表現できません。でもきっと罪深い感情なのでしょうね。それに何もいい結果を生まないは何か悪いことが起きそうで怖いんです。私、神に反していると思います。あなたの気遣いには感謝しています。でも私は神により結ばれた男を去ることはできません。私は夫という十字架をこれからも背負い続けていかなければならないのです。彼は私の人生を生き地獄にします。でも時間が経てばあざは薄くなりますから、どうか私のことは心配しないでください。ちょっと奥さん、話があります。
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
お前泣いても許されると思うなよ、お前。急展開を迎え始めております。ネイリガンとハートレイは共に嘘をついている。よって一緒に働いている可能性がある。やっぱりでもまだネイリガンが。いや、ネイリガンは無実でしょ、これ。どんだけさっきの俺のギルティ判決が早かったか。
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
見つけたか。
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
This is interesting. Let us... This is interesting. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC. The same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch.
PC だと思ってた俺も今。
Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
2 guineas. 新しい容疑者の名
If I
前が
wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
なるほどなるほど。それで洋服を着替えるんだね。
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Hi, hi, 事件が見えてきましたね。
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
耐えろ。全然語れへんのやけど。
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your money, no problem with that.
あ、またやるの。 お前のことはもう見えた。何のゲームやこれ。いやマジで何のゲーム。雑魚が。
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well. That's good. Let's have a drink. You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare.
You-
They don't pay much. So, as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
ちょっと鼻毛出すぎだな。
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course. It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything. Gold Wallace,
Peter,
Black Peter, Great Roger. We sailed to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see. Yes. I was told terrible tales about Black Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack on our way home. One evening, we saw a little craft that had been blown north. There was only one man on her, and he wasn't a sailor. The crew must have thought that she had foundered, and they made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage was just a tin
持
box.
ち物はブリキの箱だ
That's
けだ。
strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of course, nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels and push him over the rail in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course. Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
.殺されたやつがジョン・ネリガンの父親を殺したの。
Here it is. Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
タバコっていうの。
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
Care to look?
見えてきました、事件が。見えてきましたよ。あ、バンさん、ヤッホー。ライアン・アートリーはピーター・ケアリーの妻を誘惑し、また彼女に恋をしていたがかる。 で今名探偵になってるから。
Mr. Holmes.
I'm not.
What am I...
Mr. Holmes.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is?
これはもうヒントは出揃ったってことかな。終わりかこれで。ヒント自体はもしかして。
A map?
You met Patrick Kent.
Brave. My ana... My... The...
こっから推理しないといけないっぽそうだな。
Leave me.
いやもうこれ多分捜査じゃなくて、多分もう容疑者推理しないといけないな。明日朝早いから早くこの事件解いておいて。ないな。ちょっとトイレ行ってこう。
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
And I say that we will.
Lestrade, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. Gore. He took me by surprise, Mr. Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of. Oh.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes, well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector. The case is closed.
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
Sounds intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes?